Electric types only. Let's get into it because I already dropped all pretext and used infinite rare candy straight off the bat because I wanted to get this whole thing done in one stream. Also, yes, I did this in reverse order of how I normally do it, putting the full stream up first, then the recap, because, well, it took me a while to get onto the recap. I'll talk more about that right at the end, but I mentioned something at the end of the stream that was very time-based. So again, we've used the randomizer to change the starters, changing Bulbasaur to Mareep and Charmander to... oh. Well, after using the randomizer again, we've changed Charmander into Trapinch as it was originally supposed to be, and we can get straight into the rival battle against... why is he still a fucking Charmander? Okay. One more try. By the way, for those who don't know, when you use the randomizer, it also randomizes the Pokemon that Professor Oak sends out in the intro, and on the third attempt, third time... please be assigned, Mew. Finally, I did it right, and we go on with our adventure, and lose to Gary. Fuck. We move ahead to try and catch a second Pokemon as Pikachu has a 5% encounter rate in Viridian Forest. Now Pikachu's an incredibly rare spawn. As I was saying, Pikachu is an incredibly fucking rare spawn. It's like a fucking 5% encounter rate or some shit. Pikachu is like a fucking 5% encounter rate or some shit. So with that, Gary went down pretty easily. And then there was Brock. Both of his Pokemon are part ground types, meaning they're immune to electric type attacks. On top of that, my only other attacks are normal types, which Rock resists. Ultimately, I went with fire type only rules, meaning that for every loss, they went up a level. We get through there immediately calling the power of Palkia because Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl come out soon, and go straight to Cerulean. Now, one downside is that we don't have access to any more electric types until after Surge, so I faced Misty first. As you can probably imagine, battling a water type trainer with only electric types is not difficult whatsoever. Onto Gary, and he, surprisingly, goes down pretty easy. More warping gets us to build to get the SSN ticket where we once again face off with Gary. Again though, he goes down fairly easy. A warp into Vermilion Gym leads to a battle against Surge, but with Pikachu knowing Dig, it's still easy. We quickly go to Route 10 and catch a Voltorb, then warp to Lavender Town and use the walk-through walls cheat to get to the power plant to catch Magnemite, Electabuzz, and Zapdos. Yes, after skipping over Moltres during fire types only, we finally caught one of the legendary birds. Onto the Pokemon Tower to battle Gary. Once again we managed to get a first try victory, aided by the fact that Gary's response to his Pidgeotto going down to an electric type was to send in the 4 times weak to electric Gyarados. Onto Celadon, where I remembered I could get an EV and evolve it into a Jolteon, but that didn't really matter. I got a couple of Iron-Tail TMs to teach to Raichu and Fluffy, then onto Giovanni. And this is why we have Iron-Tail. Due to some shitty luck with Kangaskhan, this took a reset, but the super effective hit takes down both Rhyhorn and Onix, while Magnemite resists Kangaskhan's normal type moves. Paralysis and Sonic Boom take Kangaskhan down to 1 HP, so that when Fluffy came in, it just took a tackle to win. With that, we move on to Erica. Yes, I know we had a 1 Pokemon advantage, but shut up. This one took a few tries, but I managed to get there in the end, but it's really uninteresting to talk about other than the fact I challenged her from a tree. Up next was a Silph rival battle, and where last time Gary just got harder and harder as the battles went on, and this one, he just seemed to get easier. Giovanni being a ground type user is obviously a natural counter to my electric types, and also I learnt that you can't interact with Giovanni without standing on one of the tiles that triggers the script. You can, however, talk to the Silphco president and get the Master Ball. Anyways, this went fine and was a first attempt victory because Rhyhorn is literally the reason I taught Ampharos Iron-Tail. Now, Sabrina is often regarded as the hardest gym leader in the Kanto games, but I never seem to have problems with her in these challenges thanks to all her psychic types having really low physical defense. This was especially easy once Electro got a rollout streak going. Honestly, I tend to have more trouble with Koga and his minimizing Muck. With a moveset consisting of Minimize, Sludge, Acid Armor, and Toxic, Koga's Muck is specifically set up to stall. Thankfully though, I had the perfect counter to his one attacking move in the Part Steel type Magneton. Not only was Magneton immune to Sludge, but its only physical attack is Sonic Boom, a move that does a set 20 damage, meaning Muck raised its physical defense for nothing. And with Supersonic, we could stall the minimizing at least for a little bit. Koga added to the stalling by using 2 Hyper Potions, but in the end, it wasn't enough, and Magneton was able to knock out Muck before Coughing number 2 just took itself out. Blaine has always been a challenge, except for that one time in Water types only, and he was no pushover this time. However, thanks to a timely crit and paralysis from Electabuzz, we managed to get through this on the second attempt. That just left Giovanni, who again has a pretty good counter by having the one type that is immune to Owl type. I also just kinda wanted to hurry up and finish this, so I was going in with a 1 Pokemon advantage. As it turns out though, we needed it. Giovanni's first Rhyhorn went down to Ampharos' Iron Tail, but his second one decided to be a bit tougher, knocking Raichu out before it could use Iron Tail and sweeping through the rest of the team. That is, except for one. If Giovanni's best counter is to have the one type immune to mine, then my best counter is to use the one type immune to his. We sent out Zapdos, who drill pecked its way through all of Giovanni's team. Blue's still easier than normal. Going into the Elite Four, it was once again time to just level everyone up to the Rivals Ace to make this go faster. So the team looks like this. We have Ampharos with the moves Tackle, Iron Tail, Thunder Punch, and Thunder. Magneton with Tri-Attack, Supersonic, Zap Cannon, Spark. Electrode with Charge, Spark, Explosion, and Rollout. Raichu, Thundershock, Slam, Iron Tail, Dig. Electabuzz, Thunder, Thunderbolt, Light Screen, Swift. And finally Zapdos, Thunderwave, Agility, Detect, Drill Peck. I maybe should have used some TMs and shit. But oh well. Every single one of Lorelei's Pokemon is weak to Electric, so that was easy. Bruno was smart enough to send out his second Onix after the first one went down, but a combination of Iron Tails knocked them out before Zapdos took out all of the fighting types, only taking 2 hits, one of which was on Switch Him. Agatha went down super easy with Electabuzz sweeping her entire team. Lance wasn't that hard this time around, though he did get through over half the team. Well, okay, technically he got through half and I ordered Electrode to blow itself up. With that, it was on to the final rival battle, where he kind of stopped his run of being easier. I mean, he took a few attempts this time, but, well, the very first time I got past Rhydon, I got down to a 2-on-2. My Electabuzz and Zapdos against Blue's Executor and Gyarados. I switched into Zapdos and used Drill Peck. Now, why did I choose to switch rather than try to take Executor out with Electabuzz? Let stream me explain. Because if Gyarados knocks Zapdos out, never mind. Okay. That could not have been a more perfectly timed crit. I'm thinking, yeah, if Gyarados takes out Zapdos, then I gotta have Electabuzz on hand to fucking Thunderbolt it. Fucking before the words are even like a quarter of the way out of my mouth, Zapdos gets a crit and knocks Gyarados out. So that's it. I'm actually going to take a break from this challenge for a while. It's been getting pretty repetitive and I have quite a few other videos I want to work on, as well as having to deal with a copyright claim on another one that I uploaded at the start of this month. That said, I do have one more Pokemon challenge video that I'm currently playing through, not on stream, and I'll be streaming Brilliant Diamond when that comes out. Until then, I guess, thanks for watching.